I'm going to walk you through the steps in the process of creating a simple clump of grass. This isn't an exact tutorial, since I will not be outlining every mouse click and keyboard shortcut involved in this process. The asset we'll be creating is a clump of grass. The process can be done in several ways. For this project, we will be hand painting a two-dimensional section of grass against a transparent background in the GIMP. After this, we will go through the steps to apply it to a flat plane in Blender in 3D, and duplicate it multiple times to create a nice looking clump of grass that doesn't load your computer down when it's being displayed. I'm just going to get some nice thick grass in here so we can use it as an asset for the game. This is a GIMP, a GNU image manipulation program. It's another open source piece of software that anybody can download for free. Alright, I think that'll be alright. Ideally, I would mix a few different brightnesses in, break it up a little bit, so I'll do some of that. And this checkerboard right around here is transparency, and that's very important to keep so that Blender knows what parts to cut out. Alright, now we've created our image with transparency in the GIMP. We need to bring it into Blender. This is Blender. Wherever you saved it, just navigate to that. And there you go, and with this button checked, you can tell whether or not your transparency worked, and it did. Now we need to add a plane. And so now you can see your texture on your plane. Your plane right now this is the top view, so your plane is laying straight down. So let's rotate it so it's facing the front. There's a light here, you can move it across the surface. Alright, so now we need to tell it to use the transparency. Right now it's mapping just for the color. So we need to tell it to also use the alpha, which is the transparency. And then we need to bring this down to 0. And then we need to check this. And now you can see through it. Alright, let's add some dimension to it. And then now I added a plane earlier, so I unhid that, I had it hidden. And now we will duplicate it a few times so you can kind of see. The reason I moved it down so that the object center was down here so that I can do this. Make some of them taller, You get kind of a nice clump going there. Make that a little smaller. And you can just kind of keep on duplicating them, and then we can bring that into our game and just populate the world with it. Probably create a few different looking clusters of grass, for some variety, but just duplicate it all over and just place it on the ground. In this section, we covered how to create a simple piece of grass for use in a real-time 3D environment. We first painted the grass against a transparent background in the GIMP. We then brought it into Blender, applied it to a flat plane in a 3D environment, added dimension to that plane, and then duplicated the plane enough times so that it would look good as a clump of grass in your game.